You think your best investment for your restaurant is a new piece of equipment or a fancy app reporting tool, and it's not. Your best investment is the ambiance of the room. Because a gorgeous dining room with proper seating, proper lighting, is able to charge more for the same exact product every day of the week. And the customer will hand over that money in an even happier fashion because they feel beautiful and amazing and awesome for being in this restaurant. I'm Mike Bausch. I own over 12 restaurants here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I've done this for 22 years, and I'm gonna share the design fixes via a list of actionable things you can do right now that is gonna put money in your pocket as a restaurant owner. So here's the math most operators miss. You invest in a $40K brand new oven to get more efficiency and speed in your kitchen. Great move. I'm not opposed to it, but that same $40K applied to seating, lighting, finishes, and proper interior design can increase your check average from $3 to $5 to even $8 more. Now, if you're doing 200 covers a day, that's $600 to $1,200 to maybe even close to $2,000 a day. So potentially $500,000 in new revenue for a $40K investment per year, potentially. When done right, every dollar you invest in the kitchen earns 20 times more than would be anywhere else in your restaurant. And when done right, it will make people want to photograph and market you better, which a piece of equipment will never do. I'm not saying don't have great equipment. I'm just saying be real with yourself that ambiance generates money. Equipment potentially generates speed. You need both, and the ambiance one does more. And if you don't believe me, let's think about two drinks. Two identical drinks, a gin and tonic with Hendrix in both glasses and tonic in both glasses. Gin and tonic, basic and average. Now, think about this in Las Vegas. Take yourself completely out of the mix. Think about a hotel you go to, whether it's Binion's or The Wynn. At Binion's, they're selling a gin and tonic for $6. Hey, that's what a gin and tonic should cost. At The Wynn, they can charge $18, $22, and no one's complaining because they came there to feel fancy. Now, if you're saying, hey, Mike, I'm not trying to be Mr. Fancy Pants over here. I'm just trying to sell some food. I'm just trying to sell my thing. I get it. But if you can have the ambiance help you, why wouldn't you? Done right, ambiance is pretty simple. It's a weekend's effort. A little paint, some new lighting, and your Ty Pennington saying, move that bus.
Bus driver, move that bus!
And look, it's all beautiful and gorgeous. But instead of it being a house, it's a restaurant. Because ambiance gives the customer permission to pay more. In that gin and tonic example, they're not paying for the gin, they're paying for the experience. The ambiance has to provide an experience. The chair has to feel good. Along with that, the music feels right, feels appropriate. The lighting doesn't feel like I'm in a cafeteria or a Hyatt Regency hotel. And above all else, the room is engineered for turnover so people can exit and enter quickly. Once the ambiance has proven its worth to capture more revenue, then it's on you to capture more revenue. And here's a video on how you're gonna pull that off. All the ways to increase average ticket without being pushy. Now, I wanna be also clear. Dive ambiance is still ambiance. If your restaurant just has 4 tables in the restaurant and nothing else, and they're done in a very geometric fashion, looking like a cafeteria, it's gonna be treated as such. But by just turning one table sideways and creating some space and a circle table here and a square table there, now you have some level of texture between the tables and it feels more inviting. And even if you got nothing but a straight shot to the back of your restaurant and it's very tight, you can still do a lot by creating texture on the walls, tables that are inviting, and a cool brand. Check out Scar's Pizza in New York City. This is a restaurant that is a straight shot and it's beloved. The product backs it up, but the look is simple, it's old school, it's tavern style, and people dig it. And all that takes is a little ingenuity. Think of a great dive bar. A great dive bar has that grime and grit to it. That again, if you were at a Hyatt Regency hotel, it just doesn't have anything to it. It's vanilla and not the good kind. Whether it's a jukebox or old vinyl records that have been there for 30 years or a Bud Light sign from the 50s, that's dive ambiance done right. And if the ambiance feels safe, inviting, fun, comfortable, not just trendy, but comfortable, we can then have parties and families and big groups coming into our restaurant at a higher pace. The room that loses is the room with no personality. The beige room with the cookie cutter art on the walls, or something that just feels inauthentic that you put up because you felt you needed to. and it has no connection to you or your brand. With the basic ass chairs that were at the restaurant supply store, you didn't even order them custom. It's just a black chair with a red thing on it, and it's calling it a day. And it's gonna earn 30% less per cover. So here are the fixes to do right now for your unique restaurant. The ones I made for each of my restaurants that have always paid off. Number one, lighting. This is the biggest lever you could pull easy, quickly, and effectively. You want an overhead light with cans, maybe hanging chandelier lights and sconces on the wall, and if you're higher end, a light on the table. A warm 2700 Kelvin light that you could dim. Dimming is your friend. It helps people not look like uggos and feel better at your restaurant. Fix two, break up the room. As I mentioned before, it should not be a geometry game. It should look a little mishmash. Different styles of tables, different chairs if that's the brand, a mishmash of heights, high top tables near the bar with stools that have backs. Don't do the backless thing. That's not cool. Let's just put that out there. Backless is stupid. A booth over here, some center tables. Maybe one table or the booth are higher up, maybe some are lower, but it should have texture to the tables. And if you really need to have a circle table, that could turn into a square table, so you can then turn it into a long table if you need it, because what also matters is having multifaceted use for all your tables and chairs. But again, remember, families especially will wait an extra 15 minutes for a booth. So do you have one? For the texture, wood on metal or fabrics, a mirror behind a banquette, wainscoting, so there's some texture from where the floor starts to around waist height and then above something different. Crown molding or even just drop-in tin ceiling can all do wonders for your unique brand. And once you've created all that texture, now make sure the sound matches and you have enough speakers and there's sound deadening on the walls if need be. If you don't know how to do sound deadening, there's sound deadening panels, even paintings that could go on the wall that look like art, or you could print on them your art and their sound deadening. These are smart investments. If the music's a little louder, it gives energy. It says, hey, talk louder, because you're somewhere that matters. If you're trying to let people be on a date and have a conversation, you might want to lower it. And again, sound deadening is going to help that. And if you don't know how to do all this, hiring an interior designer where you've seen their book of work is not a bad idea. But even more affordable is just looking up restaurants you dig. Take a photo of it and then just say, all right, how do I do that? If you're crafty or handy, do it yourself, or get with a contractor and say, I want to do that, because more likely than not, they can figure it out. Everything combined, give the vibe of, and then mimic it. And if you want to set a fresh eyes on your unique brand about what you're doing and what you could be doing to make it better, then book a 90-day restaurant review call. We're going to deep dive on your brand, look at the Google photos of your restaurant before we even get on a call with you. You're going to leave with some freebies. Whether or not you use Unsliced, you're coming out of that call better than when you went in. The link is in the description. And again, check out the testimonials if you have any apprehension. We stand by our record. So in closing, there are 3 factors to a restaurant: the food, the service, and the ambiance. And the ambiance, the third one, is going to determine your revenue more than the food and more than the service, which is crazy. I agree. That's not the way it should be, but it is. I don't argue facts, I just work with them. That's a fact of the game. And if we don't get on board, we're the ones who pay the price. I didn't start loving ambiance when I got into the game, and it cost me. And now it's the first and most important thing when building out a new restaurant, to ensure that our investment goes according to plan. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.